Finally, this is the GV80 Coupe that we all been waiting for.
Welcome to CarSceneKorea. I introduce newly released Genesis Hyundai and Kia cars. And I'm here today at Genesis Suji. It is the first Genesis only studio here in Korea, and they have all of their Genesis lineup here today. Check it out how serene it is, how this Genesis GV80, GV70, and GV80 Coupe, also G90 in long wheelbase model, which essentially is the limo version of the other brands. I have them all here today, but we're here for the GV80 Facelift and GV80 Coupe for the first time. The first coupe ever from Genesis brand. Let me tell you all about it. GV80 Coupe right behind me, and I am also test driving the GV80 Coupe as I speak. There's a whole detailed review about the test drive and the POV of the car in my channel in the card above, so feel free to check it out. It is a facelift, and despite the GV80 being a coupe that came out for the first time ever, there still is a lot of changes, subtle change, just like a facelift.
So the MLA on this car, which stands for micro lens array, is actually turned off. It's just the DRL currently fired up. And without a doubt that this is the cutting edge technology. Manufacturers try really hard to make their headlights as thin as possible. It just doesn't get any thinner than this from the Genesis brand. So keeping that double line identity, obviously seen on the DRL, but also the MLA lights. Genesis proposed that this is not their end. It has not reached their goal. That is, the next level MLA would actually have one continuous light right here. Instead of having these micro lenses, it will just be a solid long horizontal headlamp. And this is the front look of the GV80 Coupe, that gigantic crest grille in the middle. It actually is the shield design, borrowed, straight carried over from the Emblem, which is the guilloche pattern right here, meaning it's flat and it's embedded right into the bonnet and the hood. And I've mentioned this numerous times whenever I come review a Genesis. That is, so this right here, the shield portion, is actually what composes the front grille of the car, and the wings on the left and right actually stretches out to be the DRL and the headlights left and right. And Genesis made a fabulous animation design, which I am inserting right now, and I think it just doesn't get any better than that. So that is also carried over to the rear, the wings left and right, and in the middle this is the shield. So there is no emblem, no plaque of Genesis on the back of this GV80 Coupe, but that's where it's hidden. Without this wings, you would actually see a one gigantic parting line, but Genesis cleverly used to hide that parting line away, and they've done a great job with that. If I didn't point that out, I bet you probably didn't even notice that, right? This is also a facelift model, but you can see that the crest design is quite different. Checking that out versus this right here. And also the G matrix pattern you see on the front of the grille, which means it's got the double layers inside. There is the chrome on the front, but there are another patterns inside, as you can see. So this is made out of a plastic and chrome parts up on the front. Step aside, you probably just see the chrome grills. You saw the plastic grills, however, you don't see that on a regular GV80. So there is just the G matrix pattern with the chrome on the front for GV80. And GV80 Coupe being, it has that massive air intake, it's covered up. Genesis has done a good job of covering it up, making it look like it's almost really open. And this design, we've seen it plenty of times from the GV70 sports package. That is my personal favorite body kit, if you were to say. Love this aggressive look. The coupe speaks out loud for itself. If you take a look at it from the front, you would be able to notice that immediately. The four ducts right here underneath the grille, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And these, same thing, it's not open. It is there for the looks, and it certainly does add up. Not so sure why they didn't include it on this model with the bronze gold calipers, because that actually is the brand color for Genesis. A little bit surprised that I don't see it on the coupe model. It might be the trim difference. So do you have it? No, even the test driver that I am driving right now does not come with it. So maybe it's not applied to GV80 Coupe
Coupe, but there we go. GV80 gets it. So this is the bronze gold color that I was referring to. And just look at this wheel on the facelift Model 2. Absolutely love the spokes design, G-matrix pattern. Those two double lines are not there by an accident. It is the brand's identity. Once again, double line identity found on the DRL, on the profile as well, and without a doubt, yep, the taillights too, right? Whenever you see these cars on the public streets and roads, you know immediately, two lines, Genesis. And oh, so this is the GV70 sports package that I was talking to you about. You see, there is a lot of design language that we saw on the GV70 sports package has been borrowed and straight implemented to the GV80 Coupe. That massive grille is more than enough, these Genesis, to get the necessary air going through the radiator, pushing out, cooling down the engine, and also pushing out the performance. If that is open, that's also extra resistance, which will add up your coefficient of drag away. So that is going to lower the MPG and also negative effects on the NVH, noise, vibration, and harshness. So another 4 holes on the front, the darker chrome on the shields here as well. So you see, if you got the right package, it gives you this, oh my god, I really love the crest color. And also this chrome, Genesis does a great job of using it here and there. Just look at that wheels too. Not deviating from the good old classic 5-spoke wheel, which never gets old. It's still there. But performance, we know it's still red calipers, right? However, I still do favor this gold calipers, or copper. It's copper actually. Copper caliper that Genesis brand pursues. 2 floating discs and rotors right here. Sorry, I'm jumping here and there, but GV80 Facelift and GV80 Coupe essentially share a lot of similar things, except for the drive, where I have covered it intensively in other videos, so please feel free to check that out. Look at that. Uyuni white, my personal favorite, and it's the white, the best white color that the brands have got to offer. Comes with a beautiful interior color too. Genesis actually does a great job, beautiful job with the interior colors too. My personal favorite, it always has been the G80 electrified that's got the white seats inside. I will include the precise name in the card right now. This looks really amazing too. Love that patterns too. Napa leather, the top of the line that Genesis has got to offer, and also the quiltings and all too. Comes with the ergo motion seats and that unified digital display as well. All of these are covered in my GV80 Coupe review video, so please feel free to check it out. I just came down here to give you one more closer look of this GV80 Coupe and G80 Facelift. Alright, so this is the 20-inch wheel, and look at this. Can't believe that the 20-inch wheels are actually a small size wheel now. The wheel that we saw here, surprise, surprise, it's 22-inch wheels. So you can get either 22 or 20 on your GV80 Coupe, and GV80 Facelift comes with a variety of wheel choices. Genesis has outdone it. This 5-spoke wheel plus that G-matrix pattern wheel over there too, that one is actually gorgeous. I mean, yeah, it's 22-inch wheel, so it's not a surprise, but pattern, you might think it's a little busy, but it really goes along with the MLA headlights really well. I am including the footage of the headlight operation right now. All right, nothing much has been changed in terms of rear trunk of the GV80. Choose your seats according to your needs and numbers, just like so. I just noticed that the second row seat would actually tilt forward, look at that, in order to let the third row seat fold down. This is what luxury means. Paying attention to fine detail, that's what makes all the difference for a brand and the customer experience. The third row seat still has the extra pocket right there, and also individual AC controllers on the third row seat, and you can control all other seats from your trunk. Fold the second rows too. You would have this massive storage, and just look at this beautiful interior. And this also comes standard, where you can just simply throw it and you don't have to worry about the second row seat, the back seat getting all dirty. So make a good use of this clip as well. It's not going to allow the seatbelt to touch elsewhere. So you see, it's not going to make any noise when you're driving around with nobody sitting on the back. 12-volt outlet. And there also is a bit of a storage underneath as well. The screen, luggage screen. Underneath you get the fire extinguisher, which is a must here in Korea for brand new cars now. So let's pull you all back up and watch what happens. It's gonna fold on its own. That's the best part. Look at that. For the headrest, you can just simply pull this guy up. Good to go. Oh wow, look at this color too. Brown interior. I will include the precise name in the card above right now. Napa leather, and this is the 6-seater. Second row seats get the captain seats, as you can see. Charging port for the second row seat with the UVC sterilization and also armrest. This is second row, ladies and gentlemen. And also comes with the soft closing feature, just like so. And that you can include in your GV80 should you wish. And let's check out the rear trunk of this version, the 6-seater. It's not going to look all that much different at a glance. And fold the third row seat just like so. Same thing, there's the cover. You can get the same result with these as well, just like that. I mean, just because we have them here, I want to show you the GV70 real quick. The rear trunk, it is certainly more slanted towards the rear, so has less trunk space. I like this genuine Genesis accessory, the trunk. This is made out of the rubber, so feels like one of those WeatherTech. Unlike the GV80, you actually have to manually pull the second row seat to fold them, just like so. So it's done manually, however, it gets the job done. Comes with the automated tailgate, which is a must. And simply push it back up like so. So it's much more smaller relatively to that of the GV80s. The window does not roll down all the way due to the size being. It has to do with this portion right here touching the edge of the car, and kind of goes the same for the GV80 as well. We see that the windows do not roll down all the way. The interior of the GV70 much different from that of the 80. And certainly GV60, which is the EV, full EV version of the Genesis SUV, it certainly has the design and the character of its own, distinctive one. And right there you get those USBs, and we can see that it still has the A-type. That kind of says and shows that GV70 is also very overdue for a facelift. I think we'll soon see that one too. It should just be around the corner too. And I want to show you the interior of GV80 Coupe, and you can check out all the details about what it looks like and also how it feels driving on around in my previous video, so please feel free to check it out. But I do want to give you a side-by-side comparison of the interior of the GV80 Coupe versus the GV80 Facelift. There is the D-cut steering wheel. Well, I actually do have to jump back and forth in order to be able to tell the difference myself as well. So keep an eye on the interior I'm showing you right now. The interior of GV80 Facelift. You've got to appreciate the beautiful white interior. Just absolutely amazing. All right, so you be the judge. This is the interior of GV80, a regular SUV. Funny how I say it, but now that there is the coupe version, this is the regular GV80. So it does have a different steering wheel design. Yep, that is for certain. So it is the same thing. The surprising thing is I don't really feel all that difference when it comes to the cabin size of the second row. Of course there is one, but I'm not saying that the GV80 regular SUV is smaller, but it's quite surprising how roomy it is for the GV80 Coupe for the second row seat. And this experience would probably differ when I go sit inside the 6th row. So let's go check that out. So this is the captain seats. Oh, it doesn't really feel all that different. Still feels really spacious inside. But once again, I am more surprised how spacious it is for the GV80 Coupe on the 2nd row inside. Alright, so that's it for today's video, going side by side comparison with Genesis GV80 Coupe, the first coupe from Genesis, and also GV80 facelift model right there, and another one here. If you are in Korea, definitely do come down, check out this Genesis Suji, because you can see all of the latest, freshest and brand new Genesis. As you saw, GV80 and G90, the long wheelbase, all of them are here. G80 and G70 actually are downstairs. Don't forget to subscribe and like CarSceneKorea if you did, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Check these out. So these are all G90 limo or long wheelbase. So these are the cars that are equipped with the Supercharger, the one we also see in GV80 Coupe as well.